So it's almost the Independence Day of Finland, December the 6th, I believe. And I thought that I would watch a video in order to learn more about this day. And someone recommended this. This is an Irish view on Finland's Independence Day. People have been recommending this channel to me for a while, so glad to finally be able to watch a video from it. I'll leave a link to this video in the description, so go subscribe to this channel. But tell me how you celebrate Independence Day in Finland yourself. And yeah, I believe it was independence from Russia. I think it was around about 1917 if I remember correctly. And really interested to learn more about Independence Day and how it's remembered, how it's celebrated. Let's watch.
The 5th of December 2017, right? That was the first day I stepped foot in Finland. I came here on a 4-day visit. Okay, I was visiting for 4 days and I was visiting my now finished wife. Okay? And I remember coming over on the plane from Dublin to Helsinki, thinking to myself, yeah, it's Independence Day on the 6th. So, yeah, okay. I was really surprised about what I had in my head about Independence Day was completely wrong about how Finns actually celebrate their Independence Day. Right? Now, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, because I was actually pleasantly surprised. I really was. I was taken aback. I really, really was. I was taken aback by how Finns celebrate Independence Day. Now guys, the reason why I'm making this video is because I thought it would be cool. I'd done an interview with Ilta Sanomat and it got me to think about it. You know, they asked me the question of what do I think of Independence Day here in Finland. And I decided to make this little video to talk about it, my thoughts about it. Now, if you want to see or read that article, I will leave a link in the comments. I'll pin the comment and you'll be able to read it there. Now, it will be in Finnish, okay? I think you can use the word somber in a very positive way. And that's what it is like. There's a lot of remembering on Finnish Independence Day. You know, like I said at the very start, you think of Independence Day, you think of parties, crazy parties, people on the streets, a good time. I'm not saying you don't have a good time on Finnish Independence Day, but it definitely is a time to remember. A big, big time to remember. You have this kind of, it's almost patriotic in a way, and not in a celebratory, let's go crazy way. It's very like I said, just let's remember. One thing you will see on Finnish Independence Day is the 2 candles in the window of Finnish people's homes. Now, there are several explanations for the tradition of these 2 candles. Some say it dates back to when Finland was part of Sweden, when candles were lit in windows on the anniversaries of the royal family or when a royal was visiting. Now, during the period of autonomy, candles were lit to celebrate the Tsar and his family. But the Jaeger movement also had a custom of lighting 2 candles in the window of a safe house from where a young man travelling to Germany for training as a Jaeger could safely spend the night. One other reason for the 2 candles is Johann Ludwig Runeberg's birthday, and it was also like a silent protest against Russian oppression. Now, one thing I do need...
So yeah, when it comes to like Independence Day for other countries, I guess in the media, the one that I've been most exposed to is the USA. You see how they celebrate their Independence Day. It's big fireworks displays, parties, drinking. It's, yeah, as I said, more of a like celebration. Finland's way of remembering independence or gaining their independence actually seems like a very beautiful way to do it. It's very respectful. What I've come to learn about Finnish people is that they're very humble people, and this is a very humble way to celebrate their independence. It's muted. It's really remembering, because obviously when countries are under the rule of another country. They are effectively oppressed. People will definitely have lost their lives that didn't have to lose their lives under that rule, under Russian rule in this instance. And to gain that independence at that time would have just been such a relief that Finland could have its own country back. So I really admire how they celebrate Independence Day in Finland for it being so, yeah, respectful and just classy, really.
We need to talk about as well. Another tradition is sitting in front of the TV watching the ball at the President's Palace. The ball at the President's Palace. You know what? It's so funny. You wouldn't have, for me, anyway, when I came here visiting that first time, to ask, oh, so what are we going to do now? And my wife says, oh, we're going to watch the ball now at the President's Palace. And I was like, the ball at the President's Palace in Finland? What? Now, to me, the first time, those two things didn't go together at all, really. I was like, the ball is what I would link with royals or royalty, yeah? But I was kind of in awe of it, really, this particular ball. I was like, this is so mad. So the president invites these people and also veterans. It could be celebrities, sports people, whatever, authors, artists, specific people of the community, charity workers. They all get invited to the President's Palace. And the idea of it, like I said to you, when I didn't know what it actually was crazy. It's not something I would link with Finland at all. But I think it is back on this year. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it is, because the last few years, because of COVID, they didn't have it. But it's on back now. And listen, if you are a foreigner living in Finland and you've never watched it, and you're watching this video, just do yourself a favor and watch it and see what you think, because it's so weird. You know, you see the president, he's greeting these people, and it's just really, it's hard to explain. It's a mad tradition, but I was in awe. Now, like I said,
yeah, tell me if you watched that before. What's it like to see that? Is it something you do every year? I definitely, if I can find some videos on it, I would love to see that as well. Again, going back to the previous point I was making, is all very classy and respectful, this remembrance of Independence Day. Quite unique as well.
About the Finnish Independence Day, it being a kind of a day to remember. It's a somber day, it's a kind of respectful day, but like I did say as well, it's a patriotic day. So in nearly every town in Finland, there is graves dedicated to men who lost their lives during the wars, right? And what you will see, and I think graves as well, just normal graves in graveyards, they will light a little light on top of the grave, like a little candle or a light or whatever, and just put it there. And I'm not gonna lie, when I seen that first, that was really beautiful, actually. No, beautiful in graveyards, it's not something you really kind of mix two things together with. But to see all those little lights on the graves, and it being really dark, obviously, because it's this time of year, it's the darkest period of time in Finland. And then, but then you also have that snow as well. It just really illuminates it up so nicely and beautifully. So again, if this is your first time in Finland, but you're here during the Independence Day, this is going to be so weird to say this, but go to the nearest graveyard and just have a look, because it is definitely something that is beautiful.
Is that again something you do? Have you taken like that light for maybe like a family member, someone you know? Who puts all of them out? Is it people who work at the graveyard? Is it people whose relatives it is? Again, it's very respectful, like obviously gaining independence, and throughout Finland's history, obviously there would have been a lot of people who have lost their lives for their country, military professionals. So to take that moment and pay respect to them, I think is a great thing. Obviously in the UK we have like Armistice Day, we have Remembrance Sunday, November like the 11th, or around about November the 11th. and we pay respect to our war dead and people who've gave their lives for the military. So really cool way of doing it in Finland, especially. It's very striking with those little lights in the graveyard. It must be quite haunting, but again, very beautiful.
Tuntematon sotilas on tosi hyvä. Really, honestly, The Unknown Soldier. If you haven't watched that film, but now look, I'm talking about the version from 2017, right? Such a good movie. It's about Finnish soldiers during World War II, specifically the continuation war, fighting against the Soviets, right? Now, I think, from what I heard, I don't know if this is true right now today, but it's definitely the most expensive film made in Finland, all right?
Tell me more about
But
the
it
movie.
is
Is
such
it that
a good movie. Now, why am I talking about this movie? Because a lot of people will watch this movie on Finnish Independence Day. Now, like I said to you, I've already watched it, okay? If, again, I'm going to say this with everything here today, if you're a foreigner living in Finland and you haven't, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. It's so good, all right? I watched it, like I said, but this year I've realised that I've never seen the 1950s version. So I'm a sucker for like old movies like that. Like I will watch westerns and old movies from the 50s, no problem. So I'm definitely, for this year, this Independence Day, I think I just have to do it. I have to watch it, 100%. One other thing that you get on Finnish Independence Day is the Finnish Defence Forces Parade. Now, just like I said about the ball earlier on, the last few years, the parade has been cancelled because of COVID, right? This year it's back on, and it's gonna be in Hamina, okay, in Finland. Now, it's televised. Like I said again, give it a watch. It's pretty awesome, and it's pretty good as well. This year, obviously with all the events that is after happening this year, right, with Russia and everything else and the Ukraine, it's gonna be a sort of symbolic parade. A very, very symbolic parade, and probably the biggest one, or like I've seen in this article, it will be the biggest one in a long, long time. They think about 1,200 people joining the march, and the 2022 parade will, for the first time, also include representatives and equipment from both the Finnish police and the Finnish Customs Office, as well as participants from several regional defence organisations. Now, like I said, it's going to be in Hamina in the southeast of the country, and the theme is security together. Now, and the theme of this year's parade is security together, right? Again, you need to watch that. Now, the parade will be covered live on Yle TV1 from 1:15 p.m, right? So do watch it, because like I said, it's going to be a really symbolic parade. Now, I don't know if Finns do this next one. I don't know if a lot of Finns do this one, but for me, I'm going to mention it anyway, right? 6th of December, Finnish Independence Day. That is the season when my joulutortu days begin, when I start eating them for a good month. Joulutortu, okay? It's a pastry. A beautiful pastry. If you don't like these, honestly, like, I think you need to get your head checked. Like I said, that is the day when I start eating these. That is when I will have my first one, and then my last one will probably be around Christmas. Maybe Christmas Day will probably be my last one. But yeah, 6th of December kicks off my joulutortu.
Tell me if you do that as
Look,
well.
lots of Finns have their own kind of way to celebrate it. I'm not saying this is exactly how a Finnish person would celebrate it, but these are some of the things that you can find Finnish people would do on Independence Day. Okay? Lots of people have little parties, you know, gatherings, something like that. Family, friends, something like that. These are just little things. Now, guys, of course, people celebrate every Independence Day differently, and I'm not saying these are specifically the things, exactly what Finnish people do. Of course, people vary them, you know. You will have people having little parties, little gatherings with family and friends. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention as well, a sauna. Of course, I mean, every holiday, every something is just a sauna, right? So, you know, get yourself to a sauna if you can as well. But anyway, guys, Thank you very much for watching this video. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. What way do you celebrate it? Okay? Quick little summary of how you celebrate Finnish Independence Day. I would love to know. Or if there's any foreigners watching this video and you guys live in Finland, what do you do as well? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much.
Yeah, tell me about that. Tell me how you celebrate it. We're really interested to know. That was a really good rundown. Again, I've seen celebrations for Independence Day in different countries, not just the US, like India, Pakistan, different here in Malaysia. They have an Independence Day, and usually a lot of the other countries have like military parades that are really huge and things like that's the main focus. But there'll be a lot of celebrations, a lot of parties in the streets with flags and things like that. So I feel like Finland's is quite unique, very respectful, and I really kind of like it. I'd love to watch that ball and that movie as well. Tell me more about them, if they're worth watching. Have you got any links to watch any of them as well? And yeah, tell me about the cake at the end. Is that something you do as well? How does that taste? Thanks for watching, and happy Independence Day.